Good morning, everyone, or grand rising to everyone. This is Latoya of Infinitenature. I'm a holistic health advocate, and I am doing a 5-day raw vegan challenge for the Winter Solstice. Starts today, December 16th, and ends on the 20th, and you break your fast on the 21st, which is the Winter Solstice. The Winter Solstice is the first day of winter. It is also the shortest day of the year, the shortest time we have daylight, and the longest night, the longest time that we have darkness. This is, a great time to do fasting with the change of the seasons and with everything that's going on. Especially, it is really good to do something that resets your mind, body, and spirit, that gets you grounded, gets you connected. During this time of the year, it's normally more quicker, more faster, when in reality we're supposed to be slowing down. Doesn't mean you have to stop things, but it's a time of reflection. It's a time to gather to reflect on what you have done this year, and to give thanks for it, and to also see what you can do for moving forward. This is a time to get grounded, so that when the spring comes, you'll have fertile soil to plant your new seeds, because the spring is about new beginnings. So right now with the winter, things are dying, things get slower, more people stay in. It's cold in a lot of places. So this is a time to really just, wind down and to get in alignment with the change of the season. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I decided to host this is because I used to always do liquid fast during the change of the seasons, before I was pregnant, before I was breastfeeding. But, it's not good to do liquid fasting when you are having a child or when you're breastfeeding. It's just best to not do that, so you can make sure that you have energy for yourself and for your child. So that's why I don't do liquid fast, because I'm still nursing. But I still wanted to do something where I was connecting with people, and I know there's other ways to fast, but I still wanted to do something. So I said, why not do like a raw vegan fast, host that. I eat raw vegan. I've been eating this way for 5 years. I have been plant-based for 8 years total. So I know a lot about this through actually living the life. I'm not just basing this off of books and off of just observation. I actually live this way. I actually am passionate about this. And what I do share on my platform is my experiences and what I have learned, and what I've learned also from others who have inspired me too. So that's the reason why I decided to start doing these hosting these online, especially with everything that's going on. During this time period, a lot of times people tend to get sick. Their immune system is a little lower. So doing some form of a fast is a way to reset your body, to get you grounded, to reflect on things, and to also, boost your immune system. There are so many benefits to the raw vegan way of living and being, or plant-based. But the main goal here is not just to eat raw vegan. The goal is to increase your intake of whole foods, to increase your intake of fruits and vegetables. Because I know that when I used to eat this the standard American diet, that I didn't eat as much fruits and vegetables and things of that nature compared to now. I definitely didn't. So this is a good way for those of you who may struggle with that, struggle with getting your greens in, or struggle with eating, certain types of fruits and vegetables, or you may feel like you don't have enough time to prepare meals, so you do things really quick. You do a lot of processed foods, or you may still eat out a lot. So this is a way to really get you back grounded and get you creative in the kitchen, get you to really see the beauty of eating, more whole foods. That's really what it's about. It's not just about eating raw vegan, even though when you eat this way, there are benefits to it. For me personally, I definitely am more creative in the kitchen. I have more clarity in my mind. My emotions are way more balanced. It has impacted other areas of my life, supporting me and balancing other areas of my life. Eating plant-based, period, but going raw took it to a completely different level. I was just like, oh my goodness. Like, when I began eating raw vegan, I just felt like a natural high. I was just so excited, and I wanted just to share it with everyone. But when things are not when it's not common to eat a certain way or to do a certain thing, regardless, there's going to be resistance. There's going to be people who's apprehensive, or people that just feel like it's extreme. But as I've said in a post that I've had, is that it's also extreme when people eat extremely processed foods, don't eat any type of any type of produce. And when it comes to fruits and vegetables or anything, that's extreme too. And it's also extreme that we live in a day and age of information, and people still choose to eat things that make them feel good in that moment versus what will make your body feel good in the long run. What will support you in your mind in the long run. And for those of you that feel connected to the food spiritually, what it will do for you on a spiritual level. People, you don't think about that. And that's what I call cognitive dissonance. When you continuously do things that doesn't serve you, it doesn't serve you, but you continue to do it for whatever reasons. And that's why I wanted to do this challenge, host this challenge, because in it, it's not just about the physical aspect of losing weight or any of that, or whatever it is that you are looking to do on a physical level. It's more so about understanding your why you're doing it, understanding why you eat certain things, understanding your body, understanding your body image, understanding it from a spiritual standpoint too. If you are connected to spirituality, understanding it from that standpoint, understanding it from connecting to all of your senses. You know what I'm saying? Understanding it from a mental level, like how you think about your belief systems when it comes to food, when it comes to, as I stated before, when it comes to your body image and things of that nature. See, that's the key for me. It's not just about that physical aspect, because food comes in different forms, not just what you put in your body, but what you listen to, what you read, who you surround yourself around. That's also food too. So definitely remember that. And that's what I am focusing a lot on when it comes to this challenge. It's not just about physical standpoint. It's not just about your body. It's about all areas of your life, because health is holistic. And if you want to sign up for the challenge, you can click the link in the bio or go to loveinfinitenature.com. And I read something recently, today of course, from Mama Ia, or Iyanla Van Sant. I do this every single day until today. It has daily devotions, like for each day it has like a message. And I thought this was very key for, like, when I think about my experience, when I think about my journey, when I think about my experience, or when I think about my journey, and how it's important to not impose your views onto people. You give them the space to be who they are. And it was just a great reminder, and I just wanted to read it and just share my thoughts about it. It's for December 16th, and it states, I will know my peace when I am clear about what I am doing and feeling. There is a major distinction between a conscious level of detachment and an unhealthy indifference. Detachment is a choice. Indifference is a reaction. When you are indifferent, you may say that you don't care. Even when you love and care about a person, it is possible for you to intrude into their life. When your energy and efforts do not yield the results you expected, your ego goes into shock. Fear, anger, guilt set in and lead to indifference. You can't handle caring anymore. Detachment is totally different experience. When you exercise conscious detachment, you care, but you don't intrude. You honor people and their process, even when it looks dysfunctional by your standards. You allow people to learn, grow, and unfold at their pace. You trust and respect people enough to let them live their own lives. You hold no expectations or judgments about their process what their process must look like or how long it must take to unfold. You ask them what direction they are choosing for themselves. You trust that divine order will guide them. Excuse me. You wonder how your learning, growing, healing process must have looked to others, and you offer the compassion you did not receive. There are some things and people about which you may believe you are indifferent. Rather than allowing indifference to close your heart and mind to situations and people, learn how to be detached. In this way, you will be available to offer what you can when you can. Until today, you may have allowed over-involvement to turn into indifference. Just for today, practice detachment. Trust that people can make it on their own. Trust that you will know what to do in every situation. Be available at those times and to those people who can support, and to those people you can support or assist without any attachment to what the process must look like. So today I am devoted to moving through difficult situations with a healthy level of detachment. So like that really got to me because I was just thinking about my own personal journey of life in general, and then also my plant-based journey, and also going raw vegan. And I just recalled my experience of just feeling really good and feeling excited about it. But during that time period, I was still I still feel like I'm newly into it because I'm 5 years into eating raw vegan, 8 years plant-based. And I just still feel, when I was really new in, I was learning what worked for me, and I still am, but I was still learning what worked for me and what doesn't work for me. And I was starting to release weight, and I'm already a small person, so I was starting to release weight, and people were becoming more concerned with that. And I wasn't trying to do that. But I just remember being frustrated because I was feeling good about myself. I was feeling very grounded and connected to the earth and all of that. And I just kept hearing stuff about people talking about my weight. Or even when I was already into the journey, and people just saying, oh, she's too skinny, or she's too small, or she's too that. And I was just remembering, just like, wow, people are so fixated on the physical standpoint. They're not looking at the overall, how I am feeling, how I am sharing, like how I am exuding, like how I'm growing on the inside. And that's why when I do this, I focus more so on the eternal, because that's where it starts. Things start from within and then they go out, and I just think about, my personal experience with just seeing people that I personally know and seeing them share their own health issues or their own health, and sometimes I'm like, man, if they just come to me, I can support them or I can help them. But I know that's not my place to do that unless they ask me to. And that's why I'm so mindful of that. And that's why I wanted to share this in particular. And for those of you who just joining, hi, you can go back and read and watch what I was reading. But I'm pretty much just talking about how it's important to allow people to be in their own pace, in their own space, in their own growth, and to not impose my beliefs and what I think they should do. And especially when it comes to health and wellness, like even when it comes to my own personal family, I don't push that veganism stuff on them. I don't do any of that. And it's more to it than just veganism. It's deeper than that for me. So I don't push that. I just am an example, and that's just so important, because I know that sometimes when people get into their own journey or whatever it is, they can be very passionate, and it could come off aggressive, and sometimes it can come off abrasive, and sometimes it just can be just too much. So I'm always mindful of that, because I just remember my own personal journey, and I just strive to offer compassion, as it was stated in the message that I just read, offer compassion, and to also just allow people the space to be who they are or whatnot. And that's why, like I've said before, I'm doing this 5-day raw vegan challenge for the winter solstice. For the winter solstice. And it's more to it than just you know, the physical and releasing weight, and the more the vanity standpoint is more of an internal thing for me. However, it is on all four levels: the mental, the spiritual, the physical, and the emotional levels. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name incorrectly, but the author is Shakti Gawain, and she has a book called The Four Levels of Healing. And I have that in the book recommendation. If you sign up for the challenge, I have it listed there, but you can check that out. And I just remember going through a personal development program and reading that book. And I just love how that book always reminds me, those principles always remind me that, we have to look at all areas of our lives, not just one aspect, because we may be doing great in one area, but then there may be one area that needs work, needs working on. But I feel like if we look even more honestly at one area in our life that we may be excelling in, we could probably see some things that need to improve when you look at other areas of your life that need to also improve. So the point I'm trying to make is, when you focus on your health and wellness and what you put in your body, it really does support you in being able to look at other areas of your life way more authentically, because your mind is clear, you trust your intuition more, you are more in alignment. You know what I mean? So you're able to look at things from an honest point of view. And I know for me, when I started to eat raw, my raw emotions started coming out. Like, I really started to feel my feelings and couldn't get away from them. I really started to journal and write down how I really felt, and started to express myself even more. Like, I was always one of those people that was just way more quiet and to myself. And some people may say I was shy. I don't think it's shy. I think it was just more laid back. But I have a lot to say. And I do believe I'm a writer at heart, which is why when it comes to writing things, I could just pour my heart out like it ain't nothing. But there's a part of me that is meant to be bold and meant to be loud and meant to be authentic, because I'm a Leo Sun, Leo Mercury, Leo Mars. That Virgo rising makes me a little bit more and more humble, but like inside, I am definitely I have a lot of energy within me that's meant to be expressed. And I feel like as I've grown and as I've connected to myself and as I started taking better care of myself, that I have been able to express that more effortlessly. So that's all that I wanted to share. I just wanted to, get on and just say that the 5-day raw vegan challenge for the winter solstice starts today on the 16th and ends on the 20th. You break your fast on the 21st. You can sign up. The link is in the bio, and people who sign up, you will be the first to have access to the new food demos that I have created. So that's a big deal, because I haven't made a food demo since before I had my daughter. My daughter's 2, so it's been over 2 years since I had started, since I did a food demo on YouTube or anything. So this is a big deal. This is a big deal for me, because I'm really getting back into things that make me feel really good, and I'm also, just a new energy with that. I've been shifting a lot. So that's all that I wanted to share. You could go to the link in the bio or go to loveinfinitenature.com, and have a great day, guys. See you later.